From the instant my daughter came into existence, she became the beacon lighting my path. I devoted every ounce of my soul to raising her, protecting her, and building a life vastly superior to the one I had endured. My spouse, Emily, and I navigated our share of trials as all partnerships do. Yet, I never anticipated the sharp pang of betrayal from both the woman I swore to cherish and the child I nurtured with boundless commitment. It began gradually. Emily grew aloof, avoiding discussions, staying late at her job well beyond regular hours, and guarding her phone like a hidden treasure. Initially, I dismissed it, persuading myself it was merely pressure from work. But the discrepancies mounted. She'd claimed to be out with colleagues, only for me to learn those colleagues hadn't crossed her path in weeks. My gut screamed that something was wrong. When I challenged her, she turned the tables, branding me as controlling and irrational. Our disputes intensified, and each time, our daughter Ava sided with her mother, asserting I was making a mountain out of a molehill. The tipping point arrived when I stumbled upon a receipt for a romantic dinner for two, time stamped on an evening Emily insisted she was swamped with work obligations. I presented it to Ava, hoping she'd recognize the deception. Instead, she backed her mother, proposing it could have been a professional outing. Her steadfast allegiance to Emily left me staggered. That night, rest evaded me. Questions tore at my spirit. Why couldn't my daughter perceive the disloyalty? Or was there a deeper reality I was overlooking? That tormenting uncertainty drove me to a gut-wrenching decision. I ordered a paternity test. I swabbed my cheek and, with a heavy heart, plucked a strand of Ava's hair from her comb. It felt like a betrayal of its own, but I needed clarity. 2 weeks later, the results arrived. My hands trembled as I ripped open the envelope. The words blurred before my eyes. Probability of paternity 0%. My universe shattered. Ava wasn't my biological daughter. I sat frozen for hours, staring at the document, memories flooding back: birthday parties, school plays, sleepless nights soothing her fevers. Every moment I'd invested love in was built on a falsehood. Emily had misled me for over 2 decades. And Ava, whether aware or not, was ensnared in that deceit. I chose not to confront them immediately. Instead, I devised a deliberate plan. A few days later, I invited them to a calm dinner, just the three of us. I maintained my composure, behaving as though nothing had changed. As we sat around the table, I handed each an envelope. Since trust is so brittle in this family, I said, I sought the truth. Emily's face turned ashen. Ava looked bewildered. They opened the envelopes. Emily's slipped from her grasp almost instantly. Ava stared at the paper, her mouth agape in disbelief. Is this true? She murmured, turning to her mother. Emily was speechless, tears welling in her eyes, but I felt only icy determination. The harm is done, I declared. You both deceived me in your own ways. Emily, you stole the truth from me. And Ava, knowingly or unknowingly, you chose her side and distanced me. Now you both face the repercussions. The following day, I initiated divorce proceedings, attaching the paternity results to the documents. Legally, I was no longer obligated to support Ava. I revised my will, excluding Emily and Ava from all my possessions, and sold our house. I cut off all communication, needing to reconstruct my life free from their betrayal. Some labeled my actions severe, but they hadn't endured my anguish. The scars didn't mend swiftly, but gradually, I found comfort. I started traveling, reigniting passions I'd long neglected. New connections blossomed, and I slowly rebuilt my existence. Occasionally, an email from Ava would appear regretful, confused, and frustrated with her mother. I never replied. My aim wasn't retribution, it was serenity. And sometimes serenity means stepping away from those who shattered your trust, even if they once held your entire world.